What's up, yo? Welcome to Black Social TV. I'm Dennis, the business straight to the point. Sean Diddy comes finally speaks truth on the Comcast Revolt Supreme Court case. Now, it's been going on for a long time. You all know our CEO, he's the CEO of the Revolt TV, and this guy got into this TV network back then, and this news comes in from New York, and Diddy actually writes something down and finally speaks out. I quote, "My name and my network, Revolt, have been mentioned recently by Comcast in reference to the Comcast Byron Allen's U.S. Supreme Court case as an example of Comcast inclusive practices with respect to African American owned cable networks. While it is true that we are in business with Comcast, it is not accurate to use my name or my network as an example of inclusion. I do not want my name to be used inaccurately, so I must speak my truth. I also want to make clear that this case is now about much more than cable distribution. It's about the civil rights of millions of African Americans and other minorities. First, it's important that people really understand what's at stake. In its effort to get the lawsuit filed by Byron Allen dismissed, Comcast has taken a legal approach that could weaken fundamental civil rights protections. I have a problem with this. The Civil Rights Act of the 1866, Section 1981, was designed to ensure black people are able to do business in this country and not be denied because of race. Comcast is arguing that this law only applies of racial discrimination is the only factor that leads to a refusal to do business, which will be extremely hard to prove. If they are successful, it will become much harder for any victim of discrimination to seek justice in court. By taking these stands in the Supreme Court, Comcast has put its legal tactics ahead of the rights of the millions of Americans to be heard. This is not okay. Above anything else, my goal has always been to achieve true economic inclusion for black people. How can Comcast suggest that it champions diversity and inclusion if it attacks the laws that provide the foundation for economic inclusion? What good are any of their efforts if they're fighting to make it harder for victims of discrimination to be heard in court? Comcast has made this about much more than Byron Allen. And now the civil rights of my children and my community are at stake. To be clear, anything that makes it harder to fight against discrimination is wrong. Comcast is choosing to be on the wrong side of history. On Revolt, I can only share the truth of my experience. Starting an independent cable network is incredibly difficult and capital intensive. The start we received from Comcast, which is a condition of the United States government approval for Comcast to acquire NBC Universal, was important, but it is not the level of support needed to build a successful African American owned network. Not even close. Since that launch, our relationship has not grown, and Revolt is still not carried by Comcast in the most affordable packages, nor is Revolt available in all the markets that would enable us to serve our target audience. Comcast spends billions of dollars on content networks every year, but just a few million go to African American owned networks like Revolt. That is unacceptable. Supporting diversity and economic inclusion requires a real partnership. The only way black owned networks grow and thrive is with meaningful and consistent economic support. Otherwise, they are set up to fail. Revolt has never been in a position Revolt has never been in a position to truly compete on a fair playing field because it has not received the economic and distribution support necessary for real economic inclusion. Our relationship with Comcast is illusion of economic inclusion rather than using this case to dismiss or diminish the civil rights protections of millions of Americans. Comcast should use this as an opportunity to listen to a community it relies on and above all, do better. Now, this unofficial statement from Sean Diddy comes regarding the Comcast Byron Allen U.S. Supreme Court case. Now, it's a developing story, and keep it Black Social TV right here with me, Dennis the Business, as I give you more updates on the go regarding this Comcast Supreme Court case. I'm out. Thanks for watching.